Ben Bernanke just received 4 more years as your Federal Reserve chief. The Senate confirming him by a vote of 70-30 after providing cheap money for years, inflating the housing bubble, and then delivering an infinite supply of money after the collapse that recapitalized Wall Street while depriving America of trillions of dollars in investment. Your U.S. Senate believes he's the best man to run the Federal Reserve for the next 4 years. We will take a break, including a conversation after the break with one man who does not think this man you see before you is the best man to manage the biggest and most powerful and most secretive bank in the world, the Federal Reserve. We're back after this. Today, the Senate voting to confirm Bernanke's second term. Final vote, 70 yeas, 30 nays. Joining us live from Capitol Hill, one of the chairman's fiercest critics, somebody who clearly understands the liability of giving free money to a particular group, in this case the banks, and letting them gamble with it, and then giving away an infinite amount afterwards. However, 29 of your colleagues were with you, Senator, 70 were not. For those who voted in favor of this man, and you can't speak for everybody, but why do you think people wanted to ultimately put him back in the job?
Well, I mean, you're going to have to ask that of the people who voted for him. I think, let's be very clear, Dylan. Wall Street has enormous power here on Capitol Hill. Bernanke is their guy, and Wall Street usually gets what they want. What makes me particularly sad is that the White House also pulled out all the stops in fighting for Bernanke's reappointment. And that is just hard for people to understand, given the fact that Bernanke was not only originally appointed by George W. Bush, but was a member of the Bush administration. So there are a lot of forces at play in supporting Bernanke. Understood.
The next step, particularly on the matter of transparency from the Fed.
We're going to work very hard. To me, overwhelmingly, whether you're a right-winger or you're a progressive as I am, the American people cannot understand how the Fed can lend out trillions of dollars to large financial institutions, and we do not know the names of those organizations who received the money. We don't know the terms. That is unacceptable. The fight for transparency is going to continue. But equally important, in the midst of this severe recession, I hope that Bernanke at least got some of the message that the American people want him to use the powers of the Fed to help the middle class and working families rather than just the CEOs on Wall Street. Today, he can lower the outrageously high credit card interest rates that millions of people are paying. Today, he can make low-interest loans available to small business. Today, he can begin the process of breaking up those huge banks, which are bigger today than they were before we bailed them out when they were then too big to fail. The Fed has a lot of power. Let's use that power for ordinary people rather than just the big money interests.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm going to leave it at that. Senator, enjoy your afternoon. Thank you for making some time for us.